What's up, Carl Vinson? I'm your host, MC3 George Bell, back again to bring you another episode of The 70, the program where we show you what's going on around the ship and take you deep into the lives of some of your shipmates. Let's check out what's going on around the deck plates. In our first story, Petty Officer Kevin Harbach was there as Commander-in-Chief, People's Liberation, Army Navy, Admiral Wu Xing Lee visited USS Carl Vinson with Chief of Naval Operations, Admiral Jonathan Greenert, as a planned series of military-to-military exchanges between the two nations.
Commander-in-Chief, People's Liberation Army Navy, Admiral Wu Xing Lee, visited USS Carl Vinson with Chief of Naval Operations, Admiral Jonathan Greenert, as part of a planned series of military-to-military exchanges between the two nations. They toured the flight deck, waste launch control, the ship's arresting gear operations room, and ship's medical facilities. This provided Vinson's crew the rare opportunity to show off their spaces and answer questions about the ship's mission for the top Navy leaders. The visit from the U.S. Navy and China's Navy leaders is intended to help establish clear paths of communication, encourage transparency and trust, mitigate risks, and focus multilateral cooperative efforts to address common regional and global security challenges. Petty Officer Kevin Harbach, USS Carl Vinson.
There's no doubt 9/11 was an unforgettable day. No matter where you were, at school, driving to work, or forward deployed, everyone was affected by this tragic event. Seaman Samuel LeCain was in the forecastle to show us how Carl Vinson remembers.
Carl Vinson commemorated the 12th anniversary of 9/11 by holding an event on the forecastle to pay homage to those affected by the disaster. This gave many of our sailors a chance to reflect on where they were and how far we've come.
I had some of my brothers and sisters who was with me. They had family who was lost in the 9/11. And to watch them, to see what they went through, that's kind of made a big impact on me, because that was my brothers and sisters.
9/11 was a very personal tragedy for many of our sailors. Not only did it affect the Navy's mission, but it even had a direct impact on some of our shipmates that had friends or family at the towers, Pentagon, or that were aboard the aircrafts involved.
My sister and her husband worked in number 7 World Trade Center, and so I knew they worked at the World Trade Center, but I didn't know where, so I remember thinking it was hours before we found out they were safe, but I just remember thinking that whole time, wondering where they were, if they were okay, were they safe, and it turned out they were, but it just changed everything for the United States, and just totally changed the world.
The tragedy of 9/11 is one that will never be forgotten by the people of our nation. From civilians to service members, all of us have been affected by the events of that infamous day.
A lot more focus on security, for one thing. Operational security, physical security is a priority like it never was before 9/11. And our deployments schedule changed. The whole nature of our business changed on 9/11.
For more information about how Carl Vinson remembers, visit our Facebook page. Reporting for the 70, I'm Seaman Samuel LeCain.
Hi, my name is P.S.P. Smith, and I got my pin thanks to Surface Warfare University. Before, I never thought I'd be able to get my pin. Seeing that as I work all day, and it's hard to get my quals at times.
Here at Surface Warfare University, students study in our state-of-the-art laboratories and get hands-on training from the industry's top professionals.
Hello, I'm Professor Love from Swoon University. If you're not enrolled in East Los University, you're like this guy running on a treadmill, going nowhere fast.
They make it really easy to understand, and they make getting the EP a piece of cake.
4 out of 5 Surface Warfare University graduates get promoted by their chain of command. It means more money on your cash card.
It gave me the confidence I need to succeed and get out there on those deck plates. I feel great. It feels like I'm finally taking control of my life and my career. Thanks, SWU.
Hi, I'm Assistant Dean Johnson. Here at Sewell University, we care about the total sailor. How do I know? We are all former alumni. This program has single-handedly spearheaded our success. Together, let's make dreams come true.
Call JDown 6616 to enroll now and jumpstart your career today. Don't wait.
War. Terrible war. 3MA is upon us. Let's show these whippersnappers what we're really made of. It's time to do your maintenance and do it right. That means no gun decking, Sandy. Make sure you have all the proper tools and materials that you need and get to work. Think you can do your maintenance from your memory alone? Don't even try it, Johnny. You know the rules. Read a step and do a step. Still confused? Can't figure it out? Don't worry, sailor. Just talk to your work center supervisor. They know their stuff. Remember those tools and materials you got earlier? You better return those when you're done. Don't want to risk your department going dink, do ya? When you're all done and everything is returned, make sure you sign the 13-week report. And remember, it's better to check it now instead of fixing it later. This has been a message from USS Carl Vinson.
Did you know a major Hollywood movie was recently shot on board? Well, sort of. The people behind Disney's new movie Planes were here, talking to sailors and getting ideas for the movie. Petty Officer Kevin Harbach traveled to Hollywood to hit the red carpet and show us what all went down.
A few weeks ago, as most sailors in port were just getting off of work, a couple of Carl Vinson's very own were in Los Angeles, landing a very unique evening of liberty.
My name's Commander William Doster, and I'm here to see the premiere of Planes.
While Hollywood might seem like an unusual place to be for a few naval officers, Carl Vinson actually played a role in the movie. Well, sort of.
Well, the director and the creative team came out aboard the ship, so we was able to host them for a day or two at sea on board USS Carl Vinson.
We really wanted to make this authentic. We did a tremendous amount of research.
If you remember them from when we were underway, they definitely did. And the inspiration came from a little family history.
What's interesting is that Clay's father and my father are both Navy veterans. They were on aircraft carriers. Clay's dad was an aviator, and my dad was a gunner on the aircraft carrier during World War II. And so we wanted to honor the Navy veterans with this film.
So was the Navy always a part of the plan? Planes writer Jeffrey Howard had a little to say on the subject.
And we always knew we wanted to have the Navy as part of this movie. In the very first brainstorming session, we were talking about Dusty going on a race around the world. One of the very first scenes we brainstormed was, wouldn't it be cool if he has to land on a carrier and then do a cat shot and get fired off the deck? And that was from the very first day that we were working on it.
Although it's not live action, a lot of the actors were able to get a better idea of how a major production like this comes together.
This is all the hard work goes into this, and I will say, finally being behind the scenes and really seeing how a massive undertaking like this comes together, it's really inspiring. And of course, tonight's about celebrating it and letting you know that this is a great family film.
With it being a family film, the event went all out. Beyond the red carpet, there were activities for the kids.
There's a lot of fun games inside, so he's going to have a blast.
Giant balloon models of the characters themselves, and one actor who had something to say to the crew.
Well, hello to everyone on the Carl Vinson. And I was on the Enterprise many years ago when it was still a commissioned carrier. But good luck. Thanks for your service. And, check 6.
Reporting for the 70, I'm Petty Officer Kevin Harbach.
The mess decks were rumbling with excitement as we received a special guest who did more than just sign a few autographs. Petty Officer Andrew Haller steps into the ring and shows us what the excitement was all about.
Mixed martial arts fighter Anthony Johnson paid a visit to the Carl Vinson to meet our sailors and see what it's like on America's favorite carrier.
We are here to bring Anthony Johnson to the men and women of the ship, sign some autographs, answer some questions, and give away some free tickets.
But giving away free tickets and autographs wasn't Johnson's only motivation for visiting.
Well, you know, they put a lot on the line for us, so why not go back and give something back? You know, not saying that I'm a big deal or famous or anything like that, but any type of way I can give back to the community, to the service, anything like that, I'm always down to help. So I just thought it would be fun to get out and mingle with these guys.
He was met with a lot of excitement and appreciation from the crew. Some could hardly believe he was there.
When I saw Rumble Johnson here, it almost felt surreal, you know, because just another person from a sport that I love to watch.
While visits like this are rare, they can do a lot of good for the sailors aboard and bring a little excitement to an otherwise ordinary workday.
I'm a prime example. It motivates you, it boosts morale, makes you excited, and you know, I'm very, very happy that the command actually would do something like this and invite someone on board to meet sailors, just average sailors like us.
At the end of the day, Carl Vinson's sailors left a lasting impression on Anthony Johnson and the other visitors.
Thank you for everything you've done for us. You know, without you, we probably wouldn't be here right now with all the crazy stuff going on. So thank you with all my heart.
Reporting for the 70, I'm Petty Officer Andrew Howler.
Hi, I'm Becky from STSU, and I'm like way into military guys. I'm not Becky. I'm Kim Jong Park from North Korean intelligence. And right now, I'm trying to figure out where your ship is. Oh my God, my friend Tammy was just there. And right now, like OMG, you're totally screwing the deal. I can't believe how easy it is to talk to you. And it's people like you who are ruining it for everyone.
Are you seeing this? This means you do what I say. I want an A2 composite. You gave me A3. The colors don't match. All right, and when are you gonna iron my scrubs? Why can't you listen? Get out of here! Get out of my dreams all die from where you're standing on your own. It's so quiet here, and I feel so cold. This house no longer feels like home. You back?
You've probably seen this year's chief selectees around the ship and wondered why the transition from first class to chief is so much different than any other rank. Seaman Samuel LeCain takes to the deck plates to break down some of those traditions and shows us what it means to be part of the GOAT Locker.
While making the transition from E6 to Chief, selectees undergo rigorous training to develop their leadership abilities, further their knowledge, and make them resilient, capable of being the chief their sailors need.
I was fortunate enough early in my career to have a lot of great chiefs, and their mentorship and their guidance and the way that they led their people showed me that that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be there for sailors always, and I wanted to be right behind them working and training and showing them how it's done.
The years of mentorship selectees received from genuine chiefs played a significant role in the formation of their career.
It's opened our eyes to a lot of skills that you may assume that you already have, but you haven't necessarily refined. Time management becomes paramount. Teamwork and communication has definitely opened up our eyes to elaborate on those things and learning to work together and rely on one another.
For many sailors, making chief is one of the greatest goals you can achieve as an enlisted sailor. The Goat Locker represents more than 100 years of time-honored traditions that have helped groom and maintain some of the finest leaders our Navy has ever seen.
After the pinning's over on Friday, I think it's going to be a pretty amazing feeling. You know, the process of selection may be done, but the training's never over. But I look forward to the next phase and focusing back on some junior sailors and getting back to the grind.
Reporting for the 70, I'm Seaman Samuel LeCain.
Well, that just about does it for this episode of the 70. I've been your host, MC3 George Bell, and we'll see you around the deck plates.